Okay, I've modified our little script. And what I've done here is, first of all, instead of checking to see if something was not equal, I'm saying now if the value of text box is equal to this, JavaScript is cool, then I said return true. So when it returns true, right, when this gets true, the form will get submitted. So let's refresh that. Let's do it again. JavaScript is cool. And it didn't work. So why not? Oh yeah, because form 4. So let's go to form 5. My apologies. All right, form 5. Now we should see the form submit, which will lead us to a 404 page because I didn't create the submit form PHP page. So here we go, not found, right? Process form.php. So let me run through this again. So first thing I did is I loaded up this variable with this value. Basically I said document.sendMail.first.value JavaScript is cool. So I said, okay, that's what's in this text box. So then I just checked the value of this text box. Double equals, it's called a comparison operator. If you recall, we're comparing to see if this is equal to this text. And we know it is because I've actually assigned the value here. And if it's true, I say return true, right? And we're making some progress here. So let's change this up just a little bit more. This is what we're going to do. First, we're going to, you know what, we're going to just take this off here. We're going to assign the value of that particular form element right here when the browser loads. Oh, we got it right here. It's Nick. Let's call it Nick. We're going to go else. Remember we looked at the else? And we're just going to say return false. Return here. So basically, let's just look at this code. So we're saying if, you know what, this will be easier like this. Easier to read. You notice there's, doesn't matter if there's spaces between the curly braces and so on. This curly brace and this could be, you know, like this, doesn't really matter. But it's good to keep it legible like so. So basically we're saying if the value of text box, and I should actually define what text box is here. My apologies. Went a little crazy. So we're going to say text box equals. There we go. So we're not assigning a value. We're basically creating a variable here, a local variable, and we're saying it's equal to whatever value is held in the input box called first with the name of first. So we're looking for this thing here. Now we set the default value here in the HTML, but because of the browser reload issue, we actually force it to be Nick every time the browser loads a page because we run this script, this function rather, when the page loads. So I hope you're following along. So anyway, let's go back to this. So when the form is submitted, we run the check form function, which is this thing right here. So first thing we do, we assign the text box a value, and that's the whatever value is being held in the first input field. And we're saying if first input field, this text box variable rather, has the value of JavaScript is cool, we return true, which will submit the form. Otherwise, we return false. But you know what's alert? Let's give them a message too. Let's not just not send the form. Let's tell them why. Alert. We go. This is not cool. So let's see what happens and see what errors I've made, and we'll take it from there. This is forms-5, of course. Make sure I get the right page. Forms-5. Let's reload. All right, Nick. This is not cool. Oh, it worked. So what happened is that because the value was not equal to JavaScript is cool, the form didn't submit. So let's see what happens here. We copy that. So let's make it JavaScript's cool. Now, in theory, the form should submit. It did. See, it went to our page. It went to processform.php. So that's pretty cool. Let me reload again. So you want to set it back to Nick. Now, because it's Nick again, it won't submit because again, we made a rule that if the value of this input box is not equal to JavaScript is cool, then that would be the else statement, right? Then it won't submit the form because we're returning false. But if it actually is equal to JavaScript is cool, then we return true. And if it's returned true, this form gets submitted. So let's try that out. One more time. Now, because it's Nick, it will not be submitted. We're going to get an alert. This is not cool. So we go, okay, let's say it's cool. We submit, we won't get the alert, and the form will be submitted to our process form PHP page. Doesn't find the file because it doesn't know where I'm looking. It can't find this process-form page. Like, you know what? I'm going to make this a little bit prettier. I'm going to say, you know what? The action is http:// Now, this killer sites page, of course, doesn't have any form processing code. Doesn't matter. I can still send this form wherever I want. So let's refresh. We'll submit. This is not cool. We go. JavaScript is cool. Submit the form. This should load the killer site now. Bingo. All right, we've covered a lot in a short period of time. I hope this was clear. I hope you're starting to understand a few things about using JavaScript to process forms.